What's up? This is your friend Nerdy Dren. Today we are playing Astrometica Prologue. If you are new here, consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. So let's get into it. In the last video, we started our day off as an astronaut. We did our first steps, and that means getting our oxygen capsule, our jetpack, our backpack. We also made our mining tool and our builder tool, along with this flashlight module, right? We can light the way now. Nice. After we got our blueprint module, or our builder tool, we're now able to create our habitat. So in our list there, it wants us to make the corridor, which I'm gonna go ahead and get that made right away. And then we've got a few recipes that we've unlocked as well. So we do have this large habitat room, which I would like to get made. And then we have all these machines. So we've got like the battery charger, power cell charger, the recycle machine, the fabricator, the base colorize machine, and the asteroid miner I would like to get built right away. This is really cool. There's a lot more like decorative items now. So this wasn't available in the playtest, I'm pretty sure. Now we can make all kinds of beds and plants and a sea table. Is that just a couch? Okay. Alright, whatever. But yeah. So let's I gotta quickly get some water in my system. Hopefully I have some. I got one. Oh, I had a bunch in my inventory here. Why didn't I take a look? Alright. Oh, whoops. Let's not drop it, and we'll consume that. Now I would like to get some storage units built within my, my habitat up here. Oops. Let's see, what does it take to build a few of these lockers? Just a couple iron bars. So I'm just gonna stick that right here on the wall. I'm gonna put it more centered. Just like that. Cool. Now, in here, I'm just gonna store everything for now. It's gonna be messy, and that's just the way it is. Just gonna have to be messy. And while we have all that in there, we can store it. Or, I mean, now we can grab more things. So I'm just going to run around. I'm going to collect a bit of iron and copper. Alright, let's take those iron bars, and we're gonna make some, the iron, and make some iron bars out of it. We should have enough now to make a corridor. Perfect, let's do that. I'm just gonna throw it on the other side here. Just like that. Cool. Now we got all these other recipes for more corridors. We got the panel and the small habitat battery. So that's really cool. Might as well collect a bit more iron here, and we should probably go ahead and continue making whatever is like left there on our kind of like quest list. So now it wants us to build some power, and in order to do that, we're gonna need a power panel, which is gonna let us know what our power usage is, and then we're gonna need batteries as well as solar panels, right? Generate the power, store the power, use the power. Alright. I'm also running low on my battery for my miner, which is not a big deal. I should have an extra one laying around. But we're gonna just keep storing this stuff. I'm gonna make more iron bars. There's the other battery, so I'm gonna grab that as well. I'm just going to make another storage unit in here, and then I'm going to we're gonna head back down to the area that we basically opened with Marcella. You know, that little cave that's down here at the marker. So let's go ahead. We're gonna do that. We're just gonna store all this stuff. I'll take the oxygen tanks and the food. I am hungry or thirsty, so let's drink some water. I'll take another bottle with me in case I get thirsty on the way. And we're just gonna head right there. And the reason for that is because there's like 8 iron bars there, and during the playtest they were like respawning. So I'm curious to see if they're still respawning. It looks like the lunchbox is back. I won't complain about burgers. I like burgers. Also nice, there's like the quartz is respawning. It seems like most of the minerals respawn. I'm happy the light's still green. Not this one. Dang it. Okay, I believe I would have grabbed everything from in here. Yeah, there are some pillows here, which is fabric, and fabric's good for us. Okay, that should be everything from in here. Let's make our way through here, and we are going to collect the iron bars that are over here. These ones. Look at all those iron bars. Okay, that should be like everything we need in this room. And over here there is a silver node. Oh boy, that took a long time. I think I should have got everything else from here. The only thing that's really left is that one like box that's back there, and it should have I mean, it should be able to be opened with a scanner tool, which, if you remember, we can't actually access the scanner tool just yet. Oh, I gotta be careful for that. Now, I do need gold as well, and there's a gold node here, so I'm gonna quickly mine that before we head back to our base. And I think I'm gonna unlock a few recipes that are gonna be quite important once I do that. So let's go ahead and we're gonna mine the heck out of this gold over here. Give me the gold. Great. And that's exactly what we needed to get the smelter and the upgrade station. So that's really good to know. Let's go in here before we lose our oxygen. Great. Now that we have all this iron bar and we have the gold, let's turn off that flashlight because we don't want to kill that battery very quickly. And let's take a look and see what we need in order to make the smelter. And that's it right there. We need a chipset. And let's see here. Oh, we can't make the chipset without the fabricator, which we have a fabricator right here. So before actually building one in that base, I'm going to just make it right here. So we can do that. I need another one for something else. So let's grab 2. Now that I have the chipset, I need 5 coal and some, what was it, copper wire? Copper bar. Alright, I might not have enough room for that. Alright, looks like I just need one more piece of coal, which shouldn't be very difficult. I think I see it already. A little too far. Come back here. Come. Alright, that should be enough now to make the smelter. Cool, let's go ahead and build that in our base here. Even though I know it's not going to work, I just want to get it down so that I can utilize the material some more. So we're just going to stick that right in the corner here. I like it. Okay. Let's store, well, before I do that, I'm also going to build another storage unit just right here. I like using these small storage. I know they're not very big, but you can kind of put them right in the walls here, and it kind of just hides them, you know? So in that first one, I'm going to stick all of the iron, and then these ones are just going to be a bit messy for now, which is not a big deal. I'm okay with that. We're going to just expand on them over time. Now what we should do is build power. So I'm going to get a battery built first. So I'm gonna pin that, and then I need some solar panels, so I'm gonna pin those. I'm gonna need 4 iron bars in order to make a couple of those. I'm gonna need more electronic parts, which I should have, and silver, which I've got. I've got 1 glass at least for 1 solar panel. Looks like I'm just gonna need some copper. Let's see what we have in this other base over here. We've got the electronic part that we need. I have a little bit of copper there. I'm sure I could just pick up some copper right away. So let's do that. Let's just grab all this. Might be easier I mine it, but it's okay. I'm running low on battery and I don't feel like making another one right now. So what I would like to get is get this power basically going in the base. And then what we can do is start thinking about a power charger, like a battery charger. That way we can keep refreshing our battery. As we get more tools, we're gonna need them. Amazing. That should be enough. I'm just gonna smelt that. Mostly because I need those bars. And we are going to add a habitat battery. I'm gonna add it right on the bottom here. If you didn't know, you could add them on the top or the bottom. The bottom seems to hide it a little bit, so that's pretty cool. Now we also have enough to build a solar panel, which I can't really build right there or right here, hey? Okay, but I can put the panels on corridors just like that. Cool, so now we should actually be generating power as well as storing the power that we are making in the base. So I would like to get another solar panel built. I'm just going to quickly grab some quartz. The reason being is I can use that to make gold. Or I mean glass. So let's grab those. And I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, you need 2 pieces of quartz per glass. So we're just going to go in, make that glass, and I should have a bunch more. Now I should have enough for at least 1 more solar panel, so let's get that built just on the other side of where I put the other one. Quartz also tends to be like a little bit of a rare mineral. What the heck did I just say there? Mineral? So yeah, we're just gonna, we definitely want to take it as whenever we can. So now that we have both of those, we should get the power panel made. And in order to make that, we're gonna need electronic parts, which I don't think I have. And I kind of already forgot how to make them, but I think it's like iron and copper. Or it might be like iron bars and copper wire. Let's find out. It was iron bar and copper wire. So now we can build the power panel. So let's go ahead and get that built. Should be an advanced power panel. Did I see that right? I need copper wire. Do I have any of that here? Look at that. I do. Let's put the copper panel. Let's just do it right. Or I called it a copper panel, but the power panel. We're going to throw that right there. And that's another achievement for us. This is going to let us know how much power that we have. So our current power capacity, that's going to refer to the amount of batteries that we have. We only have 1 right now, so we're getting 125 power. Needed power capacity, that's going to let us know how much power that we're using. So the power from the smelter, the power from each corridor, and all of these habitat rooms, because yes, they do use power. And how much power we're generating per second or per 5 seconds. Which I think we're doing not bad. We got 2 power cells, or 2 power panels along with the battery. So we're doing okay. Now we can use this smelter to smelt things like gold, iridium, and nanite, which is awesome. I don't think we were able to make that iridium and nanite in the playtest. So that's new, and I'm very happy with it. I'm gonna store what else I got here. So all these iron and copper. This is gonna be like raw material for now, and we're just going to store the rest of this stuff in there. Cool. Let's go and take a look at our panel. Our terminal. So we did this. I'm going to unmark this since now we know where it is. And we have the Captain Matthews distress signal. They have crash landed on a nearby asteroid, and they are up there. So let's go for an adventure, but before we do that, we need to make sure we have enough oxygen tanks. We have 2 big ones, which are 60 oxygen each, and we have some water, which I'm gonna need to drink that water right now, and I will bring another one with me. And before we go there, I would like to get a few more things built here. So I would like to get this fabricator built. Let's pin that. Alright, now we have a data transformer. I just need silver and a couple iron bars, and I should be able to make a fabricator up in our new home here. And we can make a fabricator, and I'm going to stick that in this corner right here. Amazing. So now we have a smelter and we have a fabricator, and we don't have enough power now, and we can take a look here to see why. We just clicked the screen. It says that we need 147 power because of adding that. So before we do that, before we do anything else, we need more batteries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to store all this stuff, and I am going to go on a little bit of an iron hunt. So I'm just going to collect as much iron as I can. Luckily, there is so much around us. Alright, okay. Well, we ran out of charge on our miner, which means I need to make more batteries. And the problem with that is I don't quite... Let's see, what do we need? We need coal. That's okay. What we're going to do is just make all this iron bar. And then we probably should grab the coal required to make that. So I'm just going to basically store all that iron here. We're going to go ahead and look for coal. But I can't really get it without mining it. There's some over here. Alright, now that we have a battery, we're going to switch that out, and let's see here. How do we make that data transformer again? We need quartz and electronic parts, and in order to make electronics parts, it's copper wire and iron. There, now we have that. Wait, I don't think I needed that, because I already have the fabricator built. Whoops, that was dumb. We're going to take that off, and what we're doing is making batteries. So I need more electronic parts, which is very dumb that I used it to do that. So we're going to take all that. We're going to make the wire. Let's grab a bit more iron, and if you haven't figured it out, iron seems to be used for literally everything. I mean, it's understandable, I get it, but it's a lot of iron that we have to use constantly. So, you're always going to be wanting to mine iron. Alright, we made it back. Now we need a couple electronic parts. We'll get 2 of those, and then we're just gonna make some more iron bars. Let's grab some silver, which I might have in the habitat that we're building. There it is. Now let's get the builder tool, and we're gonna put another battery just below. Actually, what we can do is just throw it right up here. Cool. Look at that. Now we have enough power, and we are pretty much good to go now. Let's take another look here at our panel. Looks like we are exceeding our power capacity by a decent amount, so I think we're good with that. Okay, so let's take a look here in our fabricator and see what we can make as well. So it looks like we also have the recipe for this laser tool, which is going to be very, very helpful. In order to make this, we're going to need nickel, which is that's that. I know where to get some nickel, and I think what we're going to have to do is do that. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to store all of this stuff here. All right. The other thing that we should do is collect a bunch of ice, and I'm going to stock up on oxygen tanks, basically. I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of copper wire here, and I have a bit more ice, so that's also nice. Alright, we're just going to store all this extra ice that we got in there, along with that quartz. That quartz can stay here. And I should have enough oxygen tanks now to go on any real adventure. Now what I should do is we're going to go over to that location that's marked at 460 meters. Before I do that, I'm just going to make sure that we're good on our food here. So I'm just going to eat those burgers, and we're going to drink some water. We're also going to take another bottle of water. I have the big burger, so we should be fine. I've got the mining tool, and I've got the key card. That's very important. So we're just going to make sure that we have this key card with us, and then we're going to go ahead over to this location. So let's go do that right now. Now, while we're on our way there, we're going to see this location here. It's cool and all, but the problem with this is we can't really access anything here just quite yet. And the reason for that is because we're going to need the laser tool to be able to access some of these things. Watch out for the drones too. You're also going to want the laser tool to properly handle them. So we're going to skip around them. We basically want to go around this thing. Yeah, just it'll be a lot better. Keep an eye on the oxygen. You know, you don't want to run out of oxygen before we get there. But we should have a little bit of an adventure, and it should be just fine. As long as you made a few oxygen tanks, you're gonna be just fine. You don't need a whole bunch. You'll know you're getting in the right area when you start seeing all of these silver nodes. Look how much silver is over here. We're starting to black out, so I'm gonna quickly use one of those little oxygen tanks. But yeah, look at all this silver. There's so much of it here. Make sure you just keep focusing on your oxygen. And when you get around this big asteroid, you should see another like little habitat over here, along with like an airlock system there, which is going to be very, very helpful. So we're just going to quickly go into this little one. Hopefully I have enough oxygen to grab everything from inside here, which isn't too much. Looks like there's a blueprint and another key card. We're going to take everything from in there, and that's a bed. We don't need to worry too much about that. Let's head up here though, and right here we should see like a key card entry area. We hit that and we can enter here and replenish our oxygen, which is great. Okay, so this area is not ready for the prologue. The key card for the Invador. I was really hoping that we could get in there, but I guess we're gonna have to wait for the full game release. This portal is always very mesmerizing. It's surprised me a lot. Ooh, that's a trash can. This used to be a different trash can, and now it's that kind of trash can. Look at this. It's a chair and a plant and a blueprint for medium storage. I am down with that. I am very, very much down with that. Let's continue on over here. We can see these. A little bit of silver right here, and I think we should be able to mine this. No, we need a laser tool, so we'll have to come back here with that. But before we can do that, we're gonna need to collect all of this fancy gold over here, because that'll be very nice. We've also got some blue crystal here. Now we have recipes for enameled glass, along with a tool modification station. And here's some celestite. Now we can make a vehicle station and an advanced fabricator. Cool. Let's grab all that. There's a bit of nickel right there, which, like we said, we are looking for nickel. Let's take another look around here. More nickel. And over here, there's some more nickel. Now up here, looks like that right there is a nickel node. We might be able to mine that. We can. Haha. Barely though. Cool. That gave us 3 pieces of nickel. It looks like there's a bit more right there. And more of this celestite that's over here that we can't quite mine just yet. We'll grab all of the nickel that we can get our hands on. Right? And I think that's pretty much it. Maybe another one right there. And we'll come back here eventually. I think just like the iron bars that are over at the other area, this stuff all like respawns, so that's really good to know. We don't have much room in our inventory here for anything else, so we're just gonna take this and head back to our base location. You might want to consider building like another location around here. If I'm not mistaken, you might be able to put airlocks on these habitat rooms that you see like laying around, and that should be able to help with you know, just having like little storage areas, or I mean just kind of like little midway points, so you don't have to actually use so many oxygen tablets all the time. Looks like we have tons of gold now, and I think we're gonna be able to make that laser tool, so I'm gonna skip ahead right as soon as I get home here. There we go. Welcome home. Haha. Let's make a couple gold bars, and we need a battery. Now I don't think it has to be a full battery. This might be like a way around it. We could probably take that empty battery and make the laser tool. And let's equip that. Now it's on 3 and it has 100% battery. So there. Pointer. Build tools using dead batteries. So let's go ahead, unpin that. We don't need that. We also don't need the battery pinned anymore. We also have these oxygen stations unlocked, which this could be very, very helpful. All I need for that is a power cell. Let's see, how do we make a power cell? We need a battery and 2 silver. Got 2 silver. Let's see if I've got a battery kicking around. I do. Okay, let's do that. And now we should be able to make the oxygen station kind of wherever. So like, let's test that out really quick. So if I just like build that right here, you could refill the oxygen. That is awesome. And that'll just refill your oxygen. As long as you click it, it'll refill your oxygen. Cool. Now, can I deconstruct this? Oh, yes. Press N. If you press N on the keyboard, you should be able to deconstruct it. And I think it gives you everything back. It doesn't actually look like it. No. No, you do not. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. I don't like that at all. That oxygen station now seems pointless. That's way too expensive for something that I cannot rebuild and build. Maybe that was their intention, so that you couldn't just, you know, maybe they want you to use those oxygen tanks. Whatever. Okay, that's just the way it is. Okay, so our next step here, we should store everything that we have. So let's do that. We don't need all these waters on us. Now let's take a look at what we need. Oh, cool. Half corridors. That's new. Oh, the vehicle station. We should probably pin this and get that built right away. Now, in order to build that, we're going to need 100 extra power. All right. And you know what that means? We're not going to have enough. Like, we're going to barely have enough to do that. So, we need a lot more iron and a lot more iron bars. And then after we have that, we can build some more corridor. And we can kind of expand out. This way we can add more batteries and more solar panels. We can have more power, and we're going to be really, really good. So I'm just going to run around. I also should consider making the asteroid miner. I know. But we're just going to get a bunch of iron right now. Actually, I probably should make that asteroid miner, shouldn't I? Where is it? I need the chipset for it, and that. Yeah, I can make this right now. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and grab all of that. Cool. Now that we have all the gold and that chipset, because we made that earlier, I'm just gonna throw the asteroid miner right over here. Now, this might shut off my power. I really hope not. Cool. So that's just going to mine stuff for us. And that, to me, is a big bonus. So what I would like to get done now is we need to expand our base. So let's go ahead. We're going to grab as much iron as possible. Alright, now that we got some iron and copper wire, I'm going to expand out a little bit here. So I'm going to use an X corridor, but unfortunately I can't. So maybe I'll just throw the half corridor. Do I want to do that? No, let's just throw a full corridor here. That'll give us more room for any more activities. That's going to cut the power off. I'm okay with that. I was already aware that was going to happen. And then we'll throw the X right there. Do I have any more? No, I don't. Now my plan here is to make more of these. So I'm basically going to do what I should actually be doing is doing like 3 corridors and then kind of like expand from there. But I think this will be okay because of the habitat. Then right here, we're going to add 3 corridors and 3 more corridors over there. And then maybe a T intersection. And then we're going to continue this around here. But that is going to be all stuff that we do in the next video. We're also going to add some more power and make sure our power is doing well here. We're going to check our batteries. Hopefully in the next video we'll also make a battery charger too. If you made it with me this far, thank you so much. Consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. I'm your friend, Nerdy Dren, and until next time, stay nerdy.